second Sunday of December. Dear brothers and sisters, as we continue our journey through the season of Annunciation, today's readings invite us to reflect on the power of God's message, His faithfulness, and the transformative grace He offers to those who are willing to receive it. We begin with the story of Balaam in the book of Numbers. Balaam's, though foreign prophet, is used by God to deliver a message to the king of Moab. The passage highlights how God's will cannot be thwarted no matter who tries to oppose it. Just as God used Balaam's tongue to speak blessing over Israel, so He can use anyone, even the most unlikely person, to fulfill His divine purpose. This serves as a reminder that God's plans are unstoppable and that we too are part of the divine plan, even when we don't fully understand it. In the reading from the book of Isaiah, we heard of God's comforting and reassuring word to His people. He speaks of His unwavering love and commitment to Israel, promising that He will redeem them from captivity and bring them back to Himself. I am the Lord, your Holy One, the Creator of Israel, your King, He declares. The passage reminds us of the constant presence of God in our lives. In our struggles, in our times of darkness, we can always rely on His promises. He does not forget His people. Just as He promised to renew Israel, He offers the same renewal to us, especially in our times of need and despair. His grace is the water that nourishes and strengthens us. The epistle to the Colossians invites us to live out our Christian calling with prayer, devotion, and a heart of gratitude. St. Paul encourages us to be steadfast in our prayer, to be watchful with thanksgiving, and to pray for him as he continues his mission. It is through prayer that we stay connected to the heart of God. And it is in prayer that we find strength for the journey. St. Paul also reminds us to walk wisely, making the best use of time and being gracious in our interactions with others. This speaks to the need for mindfulness in our relationships and how our behavior reflects our faith. Finally, in the Gospel of Luke, we hear the powerful and awe-inspiring story of the Annunciation, where the angel Gabriel visits Mary and announces that she will conceive and bear the Son of God. Mary's response, "Let it be to me according to your word," is a profound example of humility, faith, and obedience. Through Mary, God's divine plan of salvation is set into motion. Her willingness to say yes to God, even though it meant facing uncertainty and hardship, is an inspiring example for us. In her Magnificat, Mary praises God for His greatness and acknowledges that His mercy extends to all who fear Him from generation to generation. Her song is a beautiful expression of gratitude and recognition of God's mighty work in the world. As we reflect on these readings, we are reminded that God's plan for each one of us is far greater than we can imagine. Like Balaam, we may not always see the full picture, but we can trust that God's purpose will be fulfilled. Like the people of Israel, we are invited to embrace God's promises of renewal and restoration. Like St. Paul, we are called to live with prayer, gratitude, and wisdom in our daily lives. And like Mary, we are invited to say yes to God's calling trusting that His plan will unfold in ways that will transform our lives and the lives of those around us. This opportunity to reflect on our own response to God's call. Are we willing to trust in His plan for us? Are we ready to be instruments of His peace, to speak His words of love and hope, and to live with gratitude in our hearts? May we, like Mary, be open to God's will and allow His grace to work through us to bring His light into the world. Amen.